My name is Manal. I'm the owner of For the Love of Sugar. I reside in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, and I've been doing this baking for probably 3 years full-time. I opened For the Love of Sugar in mid-December of 2017. It was super important for me to locate my bakery in Detroit because I actually went to school at Wayne State. Both of my parents teach in Detroit. I was born in Detroit. My husband works in Detroit. So I have to be a part of this growth. I have to be a part of this change in the amazing city of Detroit. So I'm completely self-taught. I watched a ton of YouTube videos. I've done a lot of reading and research. I'm part of like Facebook groups and forums that people ask questions and share ideas and share inspiration and share their work. So I think a lot of that too is very inspirational, and I learn a lot from that as well. So I actually went to school for marketing management. During like my downtime, honestly, when I would hang out with my husband, we would watch Food Network. And that's what really sparked my interest, watching Cake Boss, watching Cupcake Wars, and seeing what they could create and the flavors they could create. And so I would bake on the side, and it was fun for me, and it was something that I wanted to expand on. And I decided if I ever opened up a shop, or if I wanted to open up a shop, I wanted the best of both worlds. I wanted amazing coffee, I wanted amazing lattes, I wanted amazing cakes. Everything, we make here is made from scratch. So for me, it's really important that we use quality ingredients. I'm Lebanese, so I've always been really inspired by my Middle Eastern roots and our flavors. I wanted to try to infuse something different that people couldn't really taste anywhere else. Knafe is a Palestinian dessert, but it's a huge staple in my culture. I wanted to create something different with the rose water and the orange blossom and pistachios. And my most popular products, so we sell cakes by the slice and the French macaroons. Probably the creme brulee macaroon is our absolute most popular. One of the sweeter ones, which a lot of people don't like too sweet, which is surprising, but it has a lot of flavor to it. The cakes, probably the most popular is the Fruity Pebbles cake, because it has like that rainbow on the inside, and it has the Fruity Pebbles buttercream. And that one for me, I was really inspired by being a 90s child and just loving that cereal and the colors. So today we're going to be making a zaatar and olive scone. It's a Middle Eastern inspired creation that I came up with. So we're going to begin by combining our dry ingredients. We have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna whisk these together. And then I have cold butter. It's really important to make sure it's cold and unsalted. I'm gonna shred this to make it into little pieces so that when I combine it into the dough, it's more of a layer than melted into there. It just makes more of a flaky scone and for a better scone. And then I'm gonna mix these together and add 1 large egg yolk, make sure that's cold as well, and 1/2 cup of cold buttermilk. So once I mix these, I'm going to add the zaatar spice and a little bit of Kalamata olives. Now I will mix this up and then fold it together until it's combined. You don't want to overmix this. I will fold this up together and then put it into a ball and then flatten it into a disc and cut it into 6 equal scones. Typically scones are traditionally cut with like a biscuit cutter, but this is just how I made them and how I enjoy eating them. So I'm just gonna brush it with an egg wash. It's just egg yolks and a splash of buttermilk. This will give that like shiny crust on top. And I will put them in the oven at 350 for 13 minutes. Once I take these out of the oven, I will let them cool just for a little bit. I prefer them served warm Sometimes I'll even microwave them for people when they come in. I always like to ask, I'll just microwave them for 15 seconds if they've cooled down too much. Before I opened, I had some people come in and they looked at the place and they were like, wow, it's very like French cafe, like it reminds me of a French cafe. And for me, I was like, oh yeah, it does. So it was never for me, I wanted to do like a French inspired type of place. It was just inspiration from everywhere, from everything. Just places that I've been. I wanted the rusticness of the antiques, of the dressers, and also art. Art is a huge influence for me. That's why I have the frames. The cakes are in frames, because each cake is sort of like an art piece. Well, it is an art piece. It's something that I created, and it's just my type of art. You know, you'll come in and you'll see frames everywhere. You'll see frames in the display case. You'll see frames around the kitchen. You'll see inside the kitchen, but even that's frames because, you know, that's where the art's created. I just wanted to create an inviting, homey type of place where people could come and feel comfortable, and people could sit down and enjoy something rustic, something traditional, but yet modern at the same time. Chandeliers, I know, are a huge piece of this place, and if you walk in, you'll notice I have little details on them. There's like little whisks and everything in here. I just wanted to add my own little touch to. So we're open every day. Our most busiest is probably definitely Saturday and also Friday night. But I love Sundays because Sundays, you know, it's families and kids and people just coming in to hang out.